Prince William is the heir to the British throne, and he appeared with Princess Kate on Sunday at the BAFTAs. That's the British Academy of Film and Television Arts Awards. They walked the red carpet, and then Prince William was asked, have you seen one of the films that was nominated? And William volunteered. This is what he said, quote, I need to be in quite a calm state in order to watch that movie, and I am not in a calm state at the moment, unquote. That says a lot about Andrew, and things do not look promising for the former Prince Andrew. Police have been searching his former residence, the 30-room mansion bequeathed to him by Queen Elizabeth. It's the 30-room mansion. It's the Royal Lodge. He had been living in it up until earlier this month. Then he got kicked out of the Royal Lodge. This was before the arrest. Charles kicked him out when the latest Epstein dump proved Andrew's relationship with the entire royal family was irreparably damaged. Police are reportedly searching Windsor Lodge on Monday, and they're going to continue searching the 30 rooms. So far, they've been searching for 4 days. They are combing his former estate for evidence of sex trafficking, passing state secrets to Jeffrey Epstein, and who knows what else. So, in matters like these, the royal family needs to start offering up heads on a stick for their own survival. And Andrew makes the perfect sacrificial lamb. But will it be enough? There are some who say this is the worst crisis for the monarchy in 90 years since the abdication of King Edward, the Nazi sympathizer. They had a Nazi on the throne, and he ended up giving up the throne for the woman he loved. There are now calls to widen the investigation beyond the former Prince Andrew to find out who knew what and when about Andrew's Epstein connections. Who, in the service of protecting the Queen or King Charles, might have turned a blind eye to crimes being committed, possibly even in Buckingham Palace or Sandringham. So, if you pull on that string, you run the danger of the monarchy's entire fabric coming undone. Former Prime Minister Gordon Brown is calling on Scotland Yard to investigate whether Andrew used taxpayer money to pay for Jeffrey Epstein's visits to the royal estates, right? Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell came to Windsor Castle. They came to Sandringham. I think they even came into Buckingham Palace and Royal Lodge. There are investigations right now into Andrew's royal protection officers who might have turned a blind eye to crimes committed either by Epstein or Andrew when they provided security for the then Duke of York during his visits to Epstein's Island. So here's how I think Charles and the people around him are planning to insulate the royal family. They know that here in the United States, Jeffrey Epstein, for almost a decade now, has been seen here in the United States as a monster who trafficked and assaulted at least 1,000 women. And the people in charge here in the United States know that the worse you make Jeffrey Epstein, the more demonic you can portray him, the less likely the American people are going to want more answers to questions like who else was involved. This is the mind trick that you play. If you can, look, Epstein is a monster, there's no question, but if you can turn him into the devil, which he was, but if you can convince the American people that he is the devil, and then you can convince enough people that everyone around Jeffrey Epstein, even his co-conspirators, were his victims. That seems to be the gambit here in the United States. It's no longer succeeding. But the worse you make Jeffrey Epstein look, the more innocent everyone around him appears to be. So you can say if Jeffrey Epstein is Adolf Hitler, everyone else can say, I had no idea what he was doing. He was brilliant. He's the devil. He manipulated me as only the devil can. Well, he is the devil, but, the devil has plenty of co-conspirators. We all know he had cameras throughout the townhouse in Manhattan. We know he videotaped some of his associates. Where are those tapes? Well, Pam Bondi said she combed the FBI files, the Epstein files. She said there's no evidence of rich and powerful men being secretly recorded having sex with minors. Jeffrey Epstein never recorded any rich and powerful men having sex with minors. The cameras, the hidden cameras, it was just, in case Alan Funt came over and they wanted to play. Nobody knows who Alan Funt is, but we know Epstein had cameras set up all over his townhouse. We know he assaulted and raped at least 1,000 girls. But videotaping rich and powerful men raping those girls, what kind of child predator do you think that man is? Sure, he'll rape kids, but videotape a rich and powerful banker doing that? That's where he drew the line. He is a sexual predator, but even sexual predators have a line they won't cross. Come on, where are the effing tapes, Pam Bondi? So the point I'm making is, the worse you can make Jeffrey Epstein look, the more innocent everyone around him appears. They're all his victims. And that, I believe, is the gambit the royal family is going to play with Andrew. In order for the royal family to contain this, they're going to have to make Andrew look as bad as Jeffrey Epstein. I don't think Andrew is as bad as Jeffrey Epstein. But in order to protect the royal family, in order to insulate themselves, they have to make Andrew look like the devil, so that will be enough. So they give up Andrew, that's the head on the stick, and people are satisfied. The same way Bondi and Trump and Bill Barr thought they could succeed in convincing the American people Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell were enough. Both of them were evil, and they're gone, and there's nobody else to prosecute other than Ghislaine Maxwell, and she's the devil, and Epstein is the devil, and everyone around them who came to the townhouse or Palm Beach, they were the victims. They had no idea. They had no idea. Well, that's what I think they're going to do. I don't think it's looking good for Andrew. And does he deserve it? Sure. But I think they are going to turn him into Jack the Ripper to save the royal family. They're going to make him so bad that if he goes down, the British people are going to go, wow, he really was. Poor Prince Charles, poor King Charles, poor everybody. And they won't, that's how you cover up and protect the rich and powerful. Find one fall person. Ghislaine Maxwell, for example.